So lie down in any comfortable position. I'm going to mute everybody and welcome. We'll do a little undulating joint freeing sequence to start. So lie down in whatever kind of shavasana position you like to have. And if you want props, have props. And if you don't want props, you don't have to have props. It is your body, it is your practice. You do what you want. And as you lie down, take a generous breath in and pause. Through the mouth, let it go. Take a generous breath in and pause. Through the mouth, let it go. One more time, breathing in, pausing, and out through the mouth, let it go. Tune in to the breath. Feel the ground beneath you, and perhaps a sense of openness to sky above. And notice what you notice. Do you feel the air on your skin? Is it warm? Is it cool? Is there a sense of breeze or a feeling of air movement where you are right now? Or does it feel more still? We take a moment as we arrive in our practice, checking in with the body, and then tuning in a bit more internally even. Where are you at right now? Anything you notice in mind, in body, the emotional body, the physical body. Let the breath flow in, and let the breath flow out. Excuse me. Take a moment to stretch one leg out long, stretch the other leg out long, and the arms a little wider than usual, kind of almost a star shape, opening up into the space that's available. And as you stretch out here, lengthen the left arm and the left leg, and then lengthen the right arm and the right leg, and the other arm and leg can move. Kind of, I don't know, it's like I'm climbing a very large ladder, but I'm lying down doing it. Reaching the right side long, reaching the left side long. And then come back to center and bend the knees. If it's comfortable to let the arms bend out, take the arms to your sides with the elbows bent, so there's a bit of extra openness across the chest, go ahead and take that. And then, like we're doing cat-cow, but upside down, this is actually, I found out, I don't know, not that long ago, this lying down cat-cow is one of the oldest movements in yoga, and it's one that we don't really do much these days. So tilting the pelvis forward, letting the head roll back, and then the other way. And tuck the tail under as you tilt your head back, as you look kind of to the ceiling behind you. And then as you do the back bend in your pelvis and low back, bring your chin down. So it's a little bit different. It's not the whole arch and then the whole round. The neck is doing one thing and the back is doing another. Chin down, lift the low back. Low back presses down, lift the chin. And just like that. And now same pattern, but roll the wave through your spine. See if you can press the low back and then the back of the ribs and then roll the head into that tilted back position. And then let's start with the pelvis and tilt the pelvis, invite the low back into a little back bend, and then let the chin come down. Tuck the tail under, press the back into the mat, let the chin lift up. And tilt the pelvis forward, lift the chest, and drop the chin. Good, come on back to neutral spine. Now from here, feet mat width or a little bit wider, a small windshield wiper side to side, small sway windshield wipers. So we're limiting how much the knees go. This is more for your pelvis and your low back. In fact, come on back to center for a moment. Let's address the pelvis and low back a little bit extra. As you exhale, pull your belly button towards your spine and press your low back down into the mat. And as you inhale, gradually relax that. Exhale, pull the belly button down, low back presses. Inhale, relax the pressing. Let's do it again. Exhale. And inhale. Now, exhale and press maybe like 50% effort. So it's not that full, like as much as you can where you're holding the breath out. About 50% of that. And keep some of that active ab work and the low back pressing down some. As you tilt your pelvis over to one side, press the belly button down, tilt the pelvis to the other side. So now we're back to the very ab-focused little windshield wipers. So the abdominal muscles and the pelvis are driving the movement. The knees only move to facilitate the pelvis rocking. They don't move any more than that. They'll get their turn. And then release. From here, now a little bit more in the cat tendency, bring your hands behind your head in sit-up fashion. And so we'll take the belly button, press it down, pull it into the spine, and at the same time, a little bit of a crunchy sit-up-y. Peel your head up, tuck your tail under, and slowly, slowly, slowly lower down. Just that. If it bothers your neck at all, don't lift the neck as much or don't lift the neck at all. Pull the belly button down, peel up. Inhale back down. Let's do a couple more. Pull the belly button down, peel up, and back down. And one more time. Now leave your hands behind your head, but press your upper arms in, or rather the backs of your arms, down into the mat. Try to do a little bit of back bend. Press your head into the mat. Lift your shoulder blades and upper back up off the mat. Feel the muscles in the back of the neck engage. And then relax that effort. Leave your hands there. And we'll do it again. Press your head into your hands. Press your arms into the mat. Elbows are out wide. And then relax the effort one more time. Press the head into the mat. Press the back of the arms into the mat. Lift the upper back a bit. And then relax that effort. Release the arms completely. Heel toe the feet out, mat width or wider. A gentle and generous knee sway, windshield wipers. So now the knees are free to go as far as they would like to. Return to center. Bring the feet in a little closer. And now bend your right arm, kind of, I don't know, like you're flexing to show your bicep, right? Like cactus arms with just the right arm. Both knees are bent, both feet are flat on the mat to start. And we'll be lengthening out really slowly, just the right side. I'm going to do my left just because you guys can see that better. If you're watching the screen, slide your foot out until it's straight. Slide your arm overhead as far as it can go. It might stay on the mat. The hand might need to lift up a bit. Do what suits you, what feels right. And then slide on back down. 3 more, same side. Lengthen out, slow, steady. Hold the leg. Pull it in, easy in your neck, but strong in your core. Lengthen out, hold it. You don't have to hold the breath, just the energy there. And then slide it back in. Okay, let's have one more. Lengthen out, hold it, and come on back in. Relax the right arm. Now the left side takes its turn. One side of cactus arms, and lengthen out. The foot slides, kind of slides, right? If your mat is real sticky, it's not much of a slide, but make it as smooth as you can. Definitely as steady as possible. Pull the elbow in, bring the arm in, and then slide it out. Zip up your belly as you do this. So even though it doesn't have to be ab work to stretch your arm and leg, you'll intentionally add extra ab work to strengthen our core, to stabilize. Lengthen out the arm and the leg, squeeze and hold it. Bend the elbow, bring the foot back in one last time. Lengthen out, squeeze and hold it. And come back. And bring the arm down. Heel toe the feet wide once again. Open your arms out wide. Very generous, slow windshield wipers. Visit each side once. And on the second round, when your knees go over to the right, leave them there. Zip up the belly while you're here. You might squeeze the glutes on the left side. Notice what effect that has. Not just on the shape of the pose or the positioning, but how does that feel in your body? For me, it gives me a little bit of a hip flexor stretch and it feels nice on my back, but I don't know how it is in your body. If it's aggravating, leave that part out. If it feels kind of nice or neutral, effortful is fine, but painful not so much. Stay on the right side. If you want, and only if this agrees with your low back, cross the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Watch out that it doesn't pull you too much into a back bend. Reach the left arm overhead. Lengthen the left side of your body. If the edges of both feet are on the mat, use the edges of the feet. Give them a little push to send some extra energy into the whole pose. Take 2 more breaths in and out. And gently release, arms out wide. Sweep the knees over to the other side. Knees go over to the left. Keep the feet there if you like. Or remember to zip up the belly. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh if you want. Take the right arm overhead if you want. Breathe. And once again, only if both feet are on the mat. You don't need to push into the feet if the legs are crossed over. What happens if you squeeze the glutes on the right side? What's it like in your body? 2 more breaths. And come back to center. Uncrossing, walking the feet back in. And let's take the right leg and stretch it out, left knee bent with the foot flat. And it's a little bit like a combination of some of the things we've been doing. Got a little bit of the windshield wiper type movement with the bent knee, but the other leg will remain straight the whole time. It can roll with the body. That's part of the joy of this movement. Take the arms out wide. Now, as you tip your left knee in toward the midline, let the hip come in. Let the hip come with the leg. You're pushing into your left foot like you're going to roll over to the right side. And then roll your left palm down to the mat. And it's a small movement, but it's got a little rolling of the arm and a little twisting. As the knee comes back to upright, your left palm rolls up, and maybe it even rolls a little bit in the other direction. So your thumb is down to the floor and your palm is facing overhead. Does that make sense? And then just that, roll the palm down, tip the knee to the right, hip comes up, left hip comes up some, and then roll back. Rolling internally, palm down, knee toward your midline. Rolling externally, palm up, knee out to the side. Just like that again, knee in, palm turns down. And externally, knee out, palm goes overhead and up. And then bring the knee in, bring the arm into a relaxed position, change legs. Right knee bends, left leg stretches out. So now it's just the right arm and the right knee that we're focusing the movement on. The rest of the body just goes along. Tip the right knee in, and the right palm rolls down. The arm is out to your side. As the knee comes back, knee will tip out, and the right palm will roll up to the ceiling. It'll keep rolling so it faces the ceiling behind your head. And then just like that, tip the right knee in, the right palm rolls down. It's internal rotation in the shoulder and the hip. And then external rotation. The knee goes out and the palm goes up and back. Just like that. The other arm and leg mostly stay straight, but they're kind of willing to go along for the ride. Visit the internal position one more time and the external position one more time. And then back to center, bend the knees, bring one knee into your chest, bring both knees into your chest, rock side to side. And let's take happy baby, hug behind the thighs. Now for my low back friends, if getting your back kind of flat or even a little rounded feels like that's a nice position of support for your body, then by all means, go enthusiastically in that direction. If your back would prefer a little bit of arch to it, and that feels like it's more beneficial, then feel free to have a bit of that and not to press to try to flatten the low back too much. Arms and hands hold wherever they'd like to and rock. I like to start with the hands behind the thighs and then see what my body wants to do, whether I want to hold the backs of the thighs and really focus on bringing the knees down, or whether I want to reach up a little bit toward the shins or the feet. And come on back to center. Hugging the knees now, hands either behind the thighs or around the shins. Pull the belly button in and resist your legs into your arms. The legs are really active, the abs are really active, but we haven't changed position. Inhale, relax the effort, stay right there. 2 more times. Exhale, resist. Now, once you're resisting, you can breathe in and out as we hold this position, resisting the whole time. And then slowly relax for a moment the effort. And last time, exhale, pull the belly button in, resist, resist, resist. And relax. Open the arms out wide, moving a lot with the lower body here. You'll bring your knees toward, like you're trying to touch your knee to your wrist on each side. So I'm going to flip around. So sometimes when we do these twists, we're really looking to get the legs over far. Not so much. Keep both shoulder blades down on the mat, arms out wide. Think of this as ab work. The purpose is ab work. Along the way, we're getting a twist, and the obliques will engage too. That's part of the ab work. But ab work, ab work, ab work. Pull the belly button in. Pull your knees toward one wrist, but if that shoulder blade behind you peels up, you've gone too far. Bring it on back. Now, of course, if you go to a position and your shoulder blades are on the mat, but your back is yelling at you, don't do that. Pull it in, dial it back more. So just like that, slowly over to one side, and then slowly over to the other side. Pulling the belly button in and keeping both shoulder blades on your mat at all times. The hips move, the knees move. The shoulder blades do not. And then bring the feet down flat to the mat. Let's take, excuse me, let's take a slow bridge pose from here. Press into your feet. Peel your pelvis up. Zip up your belly, peel your pelvis up. And then slowly, 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 slowly tuck the tail under, low back down, peeling up slowly, 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 and curl your way down. The benefits of this pose are best received by paying attention to the quality of the movement, not to how high it is. So how you're moving the spine. The intentional, progressive lifting and curling up. Squeeze the glutes, lift the low back, lift the back ribs. And then the slow and gradual lowering down of the back ribs, then the low back, and then the pelvis. Just like that, a few more times. Once you're lifted this last time, stay there. Stay right there and breathe. Slowly, 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 slowly lower down. When you're all the way back down, bring the right leg only into happy baby. Hold where you like to hold and bring the knee down maybe a little closer than usual, like when we do both sides. Maybe by allowing the body to lean a little, to rock gently, to only do this one side. Maybe the right thigh comes a bit closer to the mat. Yeah, that's it. Good, good. Now, same leg, but this time we'll stretch the hamstring. Take the right leg out to the side as it gets straighter. Feel free to use your hand as a source of support, or if you have a belt or towel or something and you want to hold it, loop it around the foot, you can do that. But you can get equal benefit for our purposes today from using the hand anywhere to balance that sense of the leg efforting but also relaxing into the support. So if it feels super effortful, use the arm a little bit more to hold you. If your leg is just hanging out and it's completely resting on your arm, use your leg a little extra. Take a few more breaths, balancing that sense of effort and ease. In yoga, one of the old yoga texts says Sthira Sukhamasanam, and it means that the quality of our asana, our poses, should be both steady and comfortable. So yes, we do the work, but then we also want some of that calmness and that sweetness. The root word for sukha is the same as sucre or sugar. Sweetness as well as the effort. Bring the leg back in. Once that leg comes in, heel toe your feet out, mat width or a little bit wider, and do a little swinging. We'll come over to the other leg in just a sec. Bring the feet back in. Now just the other leg comes into happy baby. Hold where you like to hold on this leg. And as we did on the first side, maybe tipping the hips a little bit, leaning over a bit to bring the thigh a bit closer to the floor. How does that feel in your body right now? What's it like on this side right now? Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Now allowing the leg to straighten any amount out to the side. So it's more if you're getting the hamstring stretch, you may get it more to the outer leg. You may get it down the middle as well, but allowing some of the outer fibers of the hamstring to stretch as well here. Adjust the amount of support the leg gets. The leg is active, and yet the arm is also helping. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Very gently bring that leg back in. Take both knees to the chest with the hands lightly on the knees. Circle the legs around. And notice what it feels like if the hands are resting while the legs are working. Go the other way. Keep the right knee hugged in and stretch the left leg out long on your mat. Breathe while you're here. Left heel anchors to the mat, belly zips up. And see what feels good to you. Does it feel good to really hug the right knee into the chest enthusiastically? Does it feel better to give the leg a little space, to give yourself a little breathing room there? Check in with your neck and your jaw and your shoulders. Maybe there's a bit of tension ready to release there. Bring both knees in, switch legs. Left knee hugs in, and the right leg stretches out long on the mat. Heel presses down on the right leg and adjust the left leg according to what works best for the body on this side. Hugging in or giving yourself room. Remember, we're always working with that interplay of the steadiness and the comfort, or the steadiness and the sweetness. Take another breath here. And then exhale, bring the knees in and rock over to any side. Ease your way up. And find your way to a child's pose type position. And from your child's pose, maybe the arms stretch out. Maybe you come up onto fingertips. See what feels right. Adjust the spacing between the knees so it's just right for you. Just right for you today. Does the head rest in the air? Does the forehead rest on the mat? You decide. See that your neck is as comfortably positioned as possible. Walk the hands over to the right. Now you might stack the left hand on top. And if you do that, it may give you a bit of a resting place for your head. Breathe into the back body. Breathe into the left side where there's space. Walk the hands over to the other side. Deep breath here. As the hands go to the left, it's the right hand that stacks on top. Breathe here. Check in with the head position. Take another breath in and out. Walk the hands back in and slowly, gently ease your way to hands and knees. Walk the shins back in and roll your hips around. Roll your shoulders. Go the other way. Now walk your hands from the hands and knees position. Bring your hands a little closer to your knees. Let your elbows bend. We're going to do a neck movement pose called rabbit. You'll start with the head kind of like the top of the forehead, and we're rolling from the front of the forehead, or the top of the forehead rather, to the crown of the head. The hands are placed here because we'll be pressing into the hands so that it's not too much pressure on the neck. This is intended to feel like, to be a nice stretchy feeling movement rather than like aggressive in the neck. So it starts looking a whole lot like child's pose, except your butt's going to be a bit more in the air, because as you press your hands into the mat, your bum lifts up and you roll so that the crown of your head is what's on the mat. And then you roll, pay attention to where you're rolling on your head, back toward the forehead. So it looks like child's pose for a moment, and then you roll continuously as high as you want to come, and make sure that your neck is okay with this. Do press with the hands to support, and then roll back. Now you can roll in and out and be very brief about how long you're staying in that top of the head position, or if you want to explore it a bit more, you can roll to the top of your head and kind of linger there for a bit. What's that like? You're inside your body, you know your neck. Make a make a smart choice. Make a kind choice. And very gently ease your way back to an upright position, and for a moment find any upright seated position. And we'll roll the shoulders. Legs can be any way you like, crossed or stretched. You can even sit in a chair if you like. Roll the shoulders up and back, down and around. And let's do a few of my favorite neck stretches. Sit tall. The first one, purely isometric, pressure with no movement, right hand to the right side of the head around the temple. Make sure, even in between rounds, you're getting as tall as you can and the shoulders come down. As you exhale, resist the head into the hand. Inhale, relax. Exhale, resist the temple into the hand. Inhale, relax one more time. If the hand weren't there, the head would be moving sideways. Gently release that side and then other side. It's the heel of the hand roughly around the temple, the side of side of the head. Sit tall, inhale, exhale. If the head were free to move, it would be pushing sideways into the hand. Good. Inhale, relax the effort 2 more times. Exhale, resist. Inhale, relax effort 1 more time. Exhale, resist. Inhale, relax the effort, and roll the shoulders up and back, down and around. So now we'll still use the resistance, but we'll incorporate movement into it. Sit tall, look fully over the right shoulder. Place your left hand on the temple. Lower the shoulders, sit tall. Inhale here. And as you exhale, slowly move, and you can take multiple breaths. Slowly turn the head. You'll be facing front for a moment. Switch the hand lay so you're turning into the hand. Yeah. So now you're looking over the left shoulder with the left hand there. Now keep looking over your left shoulder. Switch the hands. We're going to go back the other way. Sit tall. So you're turning into your hand so the hand can provide some resistance. That's it, all the way across. Long spine, low shoulders. Stack the head right on top of your spine. Release the effort, bring your head back to center, facing forward. Same idea, but different range of motion. Tilt the right ear towards your right shoulder. Place the left hand on the temple. So we'll go in a side tilt to upright and then over toward the left shoulder. So first, establish your foundation, sit tall, and then slowly bring the head to upright, resisting. You're in charge of how much resistance. It's just the neck. Keep the torso vertical. It's hard not to tilt the whole body. At least for me it is. Once your left ear is down on your left shoulder, switch hands. Right hand is on the head, and we'll take it in the other direction. Just the head and the neck move. Coming to upright, and then as far over to the other shoulder as you want to go. When you're there, release the hand. Bring the chin down to the chest. Either one hand behind the head or both hands behind the head. You choose. Slowly resist as you bring your head to upright, and then a little bit of a back bend and a chest is chest and chin all together. A chest lift. Lift your chest, lift your chin some, and then come back to upright. chin comes down, there's still some resistance. And we'll do it one more time, just like that. Slowly raise the head to upright. And as the chin lifts, also does the chest. When you come back, keep the resistance until the chin comes down to the chest, then release completely, leave the chin down. Take a breath in, breathe out, relax your shoulders. Slowly roll the head to one side. Pause there. Then slowly roll to the other side. Pause there. And now back to center. Roll your head to upright. And then any kind of rolling movement you want to do in the head, the neck, the shoulders, the jaw. Nice. Let's come on back to our mats. And the movement that we'll do is, if you're seated, stretching your arms out in front. You're like a zombie doing shoulder rolls. And notice how what's really happening is all the action is right up here in the arm bones and the upper back. Recreate that movement on hands and knees. It will feel different. If it feels awkward, that's a good sign you're doing it right. Keep the elbows as straight as you can. Roll your chest around your arm bones. It's massaging, waking up some of the muscles we've been working with, plus some extra upper back muscles. Go the other way. Nice. Now, walk your hands out further to the front. Shift forward. You come down any way you like. When you're on your belly, settle in. If you like to have a folded blanket or a pillow underneath your pelvis because your low back likes that, you go ahead and put something there. And for our purposes today, this is kind of a therapeutic stretch focus for our theme today. Place your right hand underneath your head and turn your head to the left. Right hand under the head, turn your head to the left. Your other arm will go down by your side with the palm down. Zip up your belly. So your right hand is like a pillow for your head. They will stay connected when it comes time to raise the head. Zip up your belly a lot. Your left leg will lift along with the head and the arm. Zip up the belly, lengthen and lift the leg, the arm, the head, and then come back down. Just like that. Zip up the belly, lengthen and lift the leg, the head, and come back down. Let's do it again. Leg and arm and head, and come back down. Last time. Lift and hold, and hold, and hold, and slowly back down. Change hands, change sides. Left hand under the head, head turns to the right, and the right palm is down on your mat to the side. So the right leg will come up as the left arm and the head lift. Zip up the belly. Peel yourself long and lift. Slowly lower down. It really is like each time you lift and lower, you're lengthening. Zip up, lift, lengthen, and slowly lower down. 2 more times. The last one. Hold and hold and hold and hold, and slowly lower down. Have your head and your arms any way that's comfortable. Bend the knees and swing your feet side to side. Slowly and gently. Tuck the toes under, press the floor away, and child's pose. Now, if you have, well, never mind. I was going to start getting crazy stuff in here. I'm going to settle down and just do child's pose. Rest your forehead however it's comfortable, on the mat, on your stacked arms, or if you have a block or something, you can use that too. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Slowly, gently, ease up and flip over to your side. So you'll lie on one side, pick a side, any side, so you're in a fetal position. Bottom arm reaches out on the floor in front of your chest. Top hand rests on the bottom arm, wherever it lands naturally. If your neck says, hey, please put a pillow underneath me, then put a pillow under your head and your neck. When you're ready, peel open. So let the hand go across the inner arm, across the upper chest, elbow pokes out to the side, and then open up, unfurl the arm behind you. Hello, we're in a twist. And then come back nice and slowly. Now for my friends whose low backs love to back bend, you might pull your knees in extra close so you're even more in a fetal position to flatten out the low back. See how that feels. The real truth is in what feels right for you, but give it a try. And same thing with the arms. Slowly across the arm, across the chest, unfurl the arm, and then back out. Maybe the top hand reaches out further away, and then it comes back in. Just like that. Inhaling, opening, and exhaling, coming back in. Open up again, and you're in the twist, breathing. Inhale and exhale. Now very gently, roll yourself over to the other side. Fetal position on this side. Bottom arm out on the floor, and top hand on top of the bottom arm. And same thing. Drawing your bow and arrow movement, opening up and unfurling the arm behind you, and then coming back across the chest and reaching out. And each time, provided it's well tolerated, maybe the unfurling arm opens up a bit extra, and as you come in, the top hand glides past the bottom hand. Just like that, move as you breathe. Inhaling, opening, exhaling, settling back in. Take a few breaths right here in your twist when you're open. And then unwind back into a fetal position on your back. Hug the knees in. And again, if it feels nice, curl up, get very compact, and resist like you're about to spring out of the fetal position. If you like to do this with your head on the mat, do it with your head on the mat. And then slowly, gently, lay the head down and place the feet flat on the mat. And then see what position your body would like for Shavasana today. And take a moment to arrange yourself, supporting as your body would like to be supported. Perhaps something behind the knees, perhaps something behind the head. If you're at all cool, a light cover or blanket over you. And when you're settled in, take an inhale and squeeze every single muscle in your body. Squeeze it up tight. Exhale and let it go. Inhale, squeeze everything. Exhale, let it go. One more time. Inhale, squeeze it up, arms and legs and glutes and shoulders and face and stretch it. And let it all go. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Give yourself this time to plug in, to recharge. I like to imagine the ground and the earth like a Mother Nature's battery recharger. And as you're lying here, you're getting that trickle charge through every part of your body that makes contact with a prop or your mat or the floor. And we don't need to force or push the charge in. We just need to give ourselves permission to receive. Sometimes that's tough. And let the breath flow in and out. Let the feet and the long muscles of the legs rest. Let the gluteal muscles relax, the low back and the upper back. Let the hands, the arms, and the shoulders rest, letting go of what they may be carrying, so that we may consciously choose what to pick up as we go forward. Let the belly rise and fall. Let the heart move gently with the breath. Swallow and relax the throat and the jaw and the cheeks and the eyes. yogis in some of the old writings talk about the importance of not only showing up and doing our practice on the mat or our yoga poses or asanas, but also the practice of swadhyaya or reflection, self-study, and going along with the practice and the self-study, then surrender to something greater than yourself. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshvarat, Guru Sakshat Paran Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. It's an old chant that's been on my mind a lot lately because it says that we can learn from our teachers, and our teachers show up in many forms. They show up with the energy of new beginnings. They show up with the energy of sustaining a practice. They also show up with the energy of destruction. Burn it all down, start over. So there are a lot of teachers showing up in a lot of ways right now, very powerfully, and some with a lot of destructive and fire energy. May we learn what we need to learn from the teachers in all the ways they show up. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. You might stay right where you are. You might take a moment to stretch and yawn.